a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, just a roast. I can gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness, hilarious. You think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior, inferior. You know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last.
And now, Mike's thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, we are starting to see the epic collapse of the Las Vegas Raiders. We are starting to see the inner fighting among the fans. We are starting to find the inner fighting among teammates. We are starting to find inner fighting among this coaching staff. What do you mean by that, Buck? Well, here's what I mean. Gardner Minshew was benched for the second time in the second half this season for the Denver Broncos. This is the second time this has happened so far this season. AP has yet to speak on who is going to be the starter moving forward. But I can tell you, as a coach myself, after you bench your starting quarterback, not once, but twice, and if you do not make a quarterback move, you are going to lose that locker room. You are going to lose your support systems. You are going to lose the fan base. So, Las Vegas Raiders fans, I told y'all we were going to suck this season. Y'all didn't believe me. I told y'all you're going to suck. 5 wins. Buck, you're so funny. We're winning like 15 games and we're going to the Super Bowl. And I said, slow it down, baby. Where did they get better? Oh, AP's our coach. Well, guess what? He's already lost the locker room 5 weeks in the NFL season. We have Adrian O'Connell. He was a backup quarterback. Gonna be a backup quarterback for the moving forward. Let's just be honest. The truth of the matter is, guys, Gardner Minshew was benched for the second time this season. If he is not benched for the rest of the season and Adrian O'Connell is not inserted into that starting quarterback role, AP will be fired by the end of the season. More players will want out. Devontae Adams already wants out. Max Crosby could want out. Jacoby Myers could want out. A lot of people are going to want out at the end of the day if this doesn't happen. Raiders fans, I'm sorry, but y'all suck. Raiders suck. Gardner Minshew's a good stop field guy for 2 to 4 weeks like Ryan Fitzpatrick was. Adrian O'Connell's not a starting quarterback. And we need to cue that intro. Are you ready for the best damn NFL show on the nation? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
Hey, let's go. Hitting that gridiron, we going hard, we running the plays. You know the vibe, only the strong survive. Gotta keep your head in the game. Talking NFL, uncut, straight raw. Steady bringing that sauce. We about to take off. Get it hype, this man, our sport talk. Yeah. From the quarterback to the lineman, everybody bringing heat. You don't really want to try them. Hey, who gon' win? It's a battle of the giants. This show is the flyest. Nobody can deny it. This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception? This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception?
Let's go. What is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael McCutcheon with the Man Hour Show at manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise section, catch out the blog section, but most importantly, guys, in the link below, there's a Discord link. Click on the Discord and become a part of the Discord. We streamed, 7 games over there yesterday, all totally for free. But you have to become OGs over there to continue to get those streaming services over there. So head over to the Discord, click on the link below, join the Discord. Feel free to talk some shit over there. The only censorship over there is me, and I got some thick ass skin because I'm a Chiefs fan. Let's just be honest. Chiefs Kingdom, rise up. But we do got a way or no way for you guys show lined up for you guys today. It is going to be a little bit of a shorter show because I am taking the wife and the kids over to the pumpkin patch this afternoon, aka my wife told me I am doing this, whether I like it or not. So we'll be doing a little short show. However, with that being said, there's a lot to talk about, but I had to talk about some of the key points that really been firing me up. So we might do an after show tonight. I don't know, maybe 9 o'clock tonight or so. We might jump on there, maybe a halftime at the Chiefs game. Jump up there and talk some shit, but you never know. But we got way or no way. We're going to talk about the Baltimore Ravens and Cincinnati Bengals, and of course we're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, Super Bowl winning Dallas Cowboys. Before we get too carried away, we got to welcome Laura into the chat. What's up, Laura? She says, good afternoon, y'all. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. Man, I don't know about y'all, but here in Southern Indiana, it is beautiful. 65 degrees outside. The leaves are starting to turn. My allergies are starting to really ramp up big time. But yeah, it is a beautiful day out there. If you're in Florida, stay safe, especially with the Tampa and the Clearwater area. It looks like you guys are going to get hit by the Category 5 hurricane again, so stay safe out there. We got John in the chat as well. He says, what's up? What's up, John? What's up? Hope you're having a grand old day, John. He said he laid his bike down today. Oh, John, you can't be doing that, man. You're 65. You don't bounce back like you used to. But be safe out there, John. And, of course, as always, if you need anything, feel free to reach out into the old DMs at manhour_. And Laura says, what a game last night. Way to go, Dallas Cowboys. Let's go. Yes, sir. Dallas Cowboys did come back and ultimately beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Final drive was 84-yard drive, whatever it was. Beautiful. Jim says, Cowboys got pretty lucky. And the Raiders are going to Raider. Meh. Raiders are just always going to Raider, right? Got Mark D in the chat says, what up, Buck? What's up, Mark? What's up? And Ryan Schultzer's in the chat says, go Broncos. Let's go, baby. Listen, the Broncos are still riding high. The Broncos are riding high right now. After that 100-yard pick six by, Patrick Surtain, wasn't it? The Broncos did not look back, guys. The Broncos were flying high versus the old Las Vegas Raiders. And wow, that is tough. We're going to dive deep into that Broncos tomorrow because I definitely want to talk about the Raiders and the Broncos 100%. Give me a day. Let me rewatch the film. Let me digest it a little bit and see if the Raiders are actually as bad as the tape indicates. So let's just digest that a little bit. We'll be talking about tomorrow. James Frank's in the chat. James is a Cleveland Browns fan. So that's like everybody. Once again, it seems like this is a Monday tradition here moving forward. Let's go ahead and give James a moment of silence for his ultimate beatdown by the Commanders on Sunday. Dear Lord, baby Jesus, 6 pounds, 8 ounces, don't even know a word yet. Please help James in this terrible times. Please help his Cleveland Browns. Give them the courage to bench Deshaun Watson and move into Jameis Winston. Please bring back Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt and the rest of the people that don't suck. I'm just kidding, James. But yeah, James says, LOL, same situation in Cleveland. Kevin lost a team 8 and hasn't benched Deshaun Watson yet. Browns might be getting 2 more wins this season. I've lost all hope. What's the point of risking Chubb's health and the rehabilitation, what he's already done? Will the line step up if he's in? I don't know, James. I don't know. I don't know if it's Deshaun Watson. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's a lack of running game in Cleveland. You guys are in a tough way right now, and I feel for you, James. I feel for you, and I feel for all Cleveland Browns fans. Actually, I feel for all NFL fans right now that their teams are just sucking. John and Jim, the Raiders, sorry. James with the Browns. Arthur Brown with the fins up, even though they won, is still struggling really bad. Man, it is tough to beat those fans. I ain't gonna lie. John says Garner's confidence is 0 after that 100-yard interception. Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, John, if Gardner Minshew does not throw that interception in the end zone, they would have been up, 17-3? But all of a sudden, instead of being up 2 scores, it's a tied ball game. And now everybody's pointing the finger at you. Yeah, I mean, it is tough. It is tough. Laura says, I'm going to say I'm okay because Skull Nation is 5-0, baby. Mark D says, I'll jump on you if you do a late show tonight. We'll see how the Chiefs game's going. Laura is riding high. Listen, when you're 5-0 and the Vikings were not expected to do anything, I would be pounding the chest too. Like if the Raiders were 5-0, we would not be hearing the end of it. If the Ravens were 5-0, we would not be hearing the end of it. Laura, talk your shit. You are 5-0. Ride high, girl. Ride high, ride high, ride high. And Ryan says, I'm riding high too, but probably in a different way. You are probably from Colorado, Ryan. So, but yeah, I mean, what the Broncos have won 3 games in a row. The Broncos might break into my top 10 power rankings this week. So stay tuned tomorrow to see if they break up in there. And Laura says, amen to all the football gods. James says, Watson is done. I said it before. He's just there for a paycheck to pay them lawsuits. James, if I remember correctly, Deshaun Watson has gotten all of his guaranteed money already. He's already been paid. So he doesn't have to finish out his contract anymore, right? I mean, right now, this is all the bonus money that he is making. So that's why I said trade him, honestly. Get him out of town. Jim Powell says, O-line is terrible. And this is where every problem we have lies. Can't play defense for 50 minutes, meaning the Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders defense was on the field for a very, very long time yesterday, and you could not run around and run the ball. Jim, we're definitely going to talk about the Raiders tomorrow. 100%. 100%. Mark D says, did you see Bo get into Sean Payton's face? No. I saw 2 grown-ass men having a civilized conversation. I saw 2 grown men, Mark, having a conversation about what was happening on the field of play. I didn't see anybody get in anybody's face. I didn't see any argument. I saw 2 passionate people, passionate about their job, having a conversation to improve their situation. That is what I saw. That's what I saw, Mark. Bo Nix did not jump up in Sean Payton's face. Sean Payton did not jump up in Bo Nix's face. Civilized conversation. Civilized conversation. And Ryan said he was mad because the wide receivers were dropping his passes. He gets them the ball and they don't hang on. I'd be mad too. Bo wasn't mad. Ryan, Mark. Bo wasn't mad. He was just having a civilized conversation. He was getting out the issues that were at hand and telling his management, say, hey, this is the problem. Please address it. Wasn't mad. Wasn't yelling. You're right. You guys are right. Bo Nix was pissed. Catch the damn ball, he said. Catch the damn ball. And, of course, John is back up here with the trade Adams to New York for Reddy and Mosley in a 3rd rounder. So, basically, John wants to trade Devontae Adams to the New York Jets for a Hassan Reddick that has yet to play an NFL snap this season, has yet to set foot in an NFL facility this season, wants to trade for Mosley, who is more than likely going to be on the IR by the end of the week, and for a 3rd rounder. Great trade idea, John. Great trade idea. It's stupid. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Jim Powell says, everyone's seen Bo, and we also saw Max coaching the Donkeys. First things first, guys. If you have not seen that TikTok, I believe it's on ESPN, where Bo Nix is checking out of the play, and Max Crosby says, nobody understands you, Bo. Speak the F up. The most hilarious thing you'll hear on the internet all day. I guarantee you. Go look it up. Go look it up. A couple more comments here. Laura says, all I'm going to say is I hope KC gets a fat L tonight so I can ride undefeated wave all by myself for a while. Laura, don't be dogging my Kansas City Chiefs. Don't be dogging the Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to be flying high all night long. Derek Carr is going to come into Arrowhead. He's going to realize, oh, shit, I've never won here before. And is going to continue that. No. It should be a really good game tonight, to be honest. The Saints are a really well-rounded team They are obviously in the Devontae Adams sweepstakes as well. So we'll see how those talks heat up. We'll talk about more about that coming up this week as well. But before we get too carried away, let's get into the title topic of today's show. The title topic of today's show is the Dallas Cowboys. America's team is back, baby. Not only did they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers last night, they dominated a great Pittsburgh Steelers team. Dak led the Cowboys on an 84-yard game-winning drive. Of course, the running back fumbled at the one-yard line, but Dak, being the MVP level top 5 quarterback that he is, jumped on that ball, saved the Cowboys season, and 2 plays later threw a game-winning pass to Tolbert. That's right, guys. I said the Dallas Cowboys dominated the Pittsburgh Steelers this weekend. So, guys, with all that being said, we know how great the Dallas Cowboys are. We all know how great the Dallas Cowboys are going to be. We all know that the Dallas Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. But are they back? Do they need Devontae? Do they need a running back? Do they need some defensive help? Are they back? Are they here? Guys, I can tell you last night, the defense finally stepped up. The Dallas Cowboys defense finally stepped up and shut down a really good Pittsburgh Steelers offense. Held him to under 100 yards rushing, only 92 yards in that game. Justin Fields only passed for 131 yards passing. And the Dallas Cowboys had 5 missing starters. 5 starters out. 5 starters out, and they still dominated the Pittsburgh Steelers up and down the field. The Cowboys, in past, guys, would lose a game like that normally. When things are not going 100% their way, Dak Prescott turns the ball over, they fumble in the end zone, they throw an interception in the end zone. The old Cowboys would have collapsed under that pressure. The old Cowboys would have chalked it in, and it would have been a 34-6 game there. The new Dallas Cowboys are in town. The boys are back, and the boys are going to the Super Bowl. Now, I'm not saying that the Dallas Cowboys are a complete team yet. I'm not saying that the Dallas Cowboys are a Super Bowl caliber team yet. But what I am saying, you add another receiver, you add another running back, you potentially add some defensive parts as well while the other people are on IR, meaning Jordan Phillips and DeMarco Lawrence. They're probably out for the rest of the season. Go out there and get a Myles Garrett. Go out there and get a Jadeveon Clowney. Go out there and potentially get somebody like a Chris Jones. I don't know, somebody. They have $24 million in cap space to get a guy. The Bengals are going to be a fire sale. The Browns are going to be a fire sale. The Jets are going to be a fire sale. Go out there and get somebody to help on that defense. You guys understand that the Dallas Cowboys went into Pittsburgh Steelers, Heinz Field, Three River Stadium, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what the new name is now. Three River Stadium. It is a tough place to not only to play and to compete, but to win in a dominant fashion. Guys, the Dallas Cowboys are back. The Dallas Cowboys are back. They have back-to-back wins. They are going to the moon, baby. And next week, when the Detroit Lions come into town, they're going to report eligible. They're going to run that play that the Detroit Lions couldn't play just to flex on them as well. Guys, understand this. The Dallas Cowboys are the men. They are the myths, and they are the legends, and they are going to the Super Bowl. The Dallas Cowboys are on top of the world right now. Dak Prescott is him. Zeke is still 16-yard Zeke, but CeeDee Lamb, double, triple team all night long, still 8 all night long. And the Dallas Cowboys found themselves a number 2 receiver, Tolbert. Tolbert is their number 2 receiver. Understand that. Guys, the Dallas Cowboys are going to be a problem for many teams moving forward. Moving forward. So what do you guys think? Are the Dallas Cowboys back on track? Are the Dallas Cowboys ready to be a dominant team? Are the Dallas Cowboys ready to run the NFC East? Answer to that question is all yes, but I'm curious to see what you guys think. What do you guys think about the Dallas Cowboys? Are they them? Are they them? Are they them? Let's see here. Jim says dominant. Dominant? Got a little luck, Tolbert across the line. Listen, Dak Prescott was on that last drive. Tolbert should have had a touchdown in the back of the end zone, but you always got to protect those McNuggets, and he couldn't do that. And Dak said, you know what? Since I bruised those boys, let me bruise those hands and let me put you one right there and get you in the end zone, baby. So you can use those boys tonight. Because we're going to have baby Tolberts all over Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania this time next season. Wasn't luck. Wasn't luck, Jim. Wasn't luck. It's domination. When the Dallas Cowboys can't rush the ball all season long and they rush for 119 yards, holding a dominant Pittsburgh Steelers running game to under 92 yards, that's a dominant performance. When you dominate the passing game, throw for well over 300 yards, and you only allow Justin Fields to throw for 131, that's a dominant performance. If they wouldn't have had the three interceptions, or sorry, the three turnovers, this would have been a blowout. Jim, you know this was a dominant game. You know the Dallas Cowboys are the real deal. You know that they're back on top. Bacon Junk says, hey, you look gay. Hey, if you don't look it, how can you be it, right? I'm just saying. No. John says, no, just broke back. They don't got a broke back. They may have been broken the backs of the Pittsburgh Steelers fans last night because they rode them all night long, baby. Let's go. And Laura says, I wouldn't call that dominating last night. If you wouldn't call it dominating, Laura, what would you call it? Would you call it an ass kicking? Would you call it a personal assistant doing a favor by whooping that ass? Whatever verbiage you want to use, the Dallas Cowboys did it last night. Dak Prescott, 352 yards passing. Justin Fields, 131. Dominated that 1-3. Rushing yards, 119 yards for the Dallas Cowboys, 92 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Dominated that. Najee Harris only had 42 yards rushing. Rico had 87 yards rushing. Doubled that up. That is a dominant performance, guys. That is a dominant performance. And nobody thinks anything. You just a reaching homer. Buck is in one of his fits. Hey, I'm just speaking the truth, baby. There might be a Dallas Cowboys ball right there on the wall. There might be a Micah Parsons jerseys in my closet. There might be another Dak Prescott jersey in my wife's closet. There might be a Emmitt Smith jersey in my kid's closet. There might be a Sean Lee signed autograph hat hanging on my wall that I wear damn near every day when I'm not wearing my Chiefs hat. There's no homerness here. There's no homerness here. Laura says, I was wondering if he fell and bumped his head a little hard this morning. Listen, I do got some tile and hardwood floors. We did have the windows open last night. There may have been a little dew on the floor. But damn it, the Cowboys are back, baby. They're back. John says, I was no helmet day. It was a no helmet day. John, I am rubber, you are glue. What bounces off me sticks to you. And James says it will always be Three River Stadium and always will be. Just like how Arrowhead will always be Arrowhead. Just like Dallas Stadium will be always Dallas Stadium, right? Just like Soldier Field will always be Soldier Field. It is what it is. Like I get it. And James says, whoa, slow it down, baby. The Cowboys are not going to the Super Bowl. If the Cowboys are not going to the Super Bowl, who is then? It sure the hell isn't the Detroit Lions. Right now, it sure the hell isn't the Green Bay Packers struggling against the LA Rams. It's not the 49ers talking about trash. Oh, is it the Chicago Bears? Are the Chicago Bears going to the Super Bowl? Is it the Eagles? You mean that Dumpster Fire is getting ready to fire their coach? Oh, Buck, watch out for the Commanders. They're so great. They're 4-1. Jalen Daniels is playing out of his mind. Yeah, he is playing good. Still gonna play the Dallas Cowboys twice. Once the Cowboys whoop that ass here in a few weeks, bada bing, bada boom, Downward spiral, baby. And John says Dallas can't stop the run. And Detroit is a running team. You are going to eat crow. What am I wrong about? Did the Dallas Cowboys not stop a decent Pittsburgh Steelers running game last night? Did the Dallas Cowboys not shut down a good passing game from Justin Fields last night? Did the Dallas Cowboys not walk all over a top 5 defense in the Pittsburgh Steelers last night? They did. They did. And I don't care if Detroit Lions are on a bye week or not. I don't care if they're 100% healthy. I don't care if they're 1,000% healthy. They are not going to walk into Dallas Stadium. They are not going to try to report eligible again. And they're not going to beat the Dallas Cowboys. Even if they rush for 250 yards, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. And James says we will see a 4-peat before the Dallas Cowboys win a Super Bowl. I wouldn't mind that. Jim just threw up in his laugh. Says, Laura says, no. And did I say no? Guys, I think you're sleeping on the Dallas Cowboys. I think y'all sleeping on the Dallas Cowboys. They are back. They're dominant. They're good. They're going to add Devontae Adams. They're going to add a running back in there, whether it's Travis Etienne or elevate Delvin Cook. They are going to even get better before this November 5th trade deadline. You can no all you want there, Laura. The facts are all those no's are going to be yeses here in a couple of weeks when the Dallas Cowboys dominate. That's right. I said dominate the the Detroit Lions next week when they go into Candlelight Stadium and dominate the San Francisco 49ers. And when they go into Mercedes-Fields Dome in Atlanta and dominate the Falcons and then dominate the Eagles, you guys are going to be singing a totally different tune. Yeah, they beat the Giants. Giants beat a pretty good Seattle team. Giants are not that bad. The Steelers were a top 7 team in my NFL power rankings. Pretty good team. Yeah, they had a 2-game skid, sure. But they played some really good teams here. Cowboys going to beat the Lions, 49ers, Falcons, Eagles coming up. And then all those no's, Laura, you're going to be eating crow. And John says, I think somebody's a couple nuggets short of a Happy Meal today. LMAO. Nope. Nope. James says, we'll see. That was kind of a game that can turn a season around. Thank you, James. Now, obviously, I've been kind of playing up the hype a little bit here. The Dallas Cowboys do have some room to grow still. Let's just be honest. Doing it for the haters, right? Haters make you famous. But James is right. A win like this is a game that can turn your season around, right? The Dallas Cowboys were really complexed about stopping the run this game, right? They're worst rush defense in the NFL. We talked bad about them all last week. They couldn't even stop a bleeding nose, right? Emphasis this week was to stop the run, and that's exactly what they did. They made the Steelers a one-dimensional team. They dominated that game. There's always that one point in the season, that one game that you can point to on a team like the Cowboys, like the Eagles from last season, like the Cincinnati Bengals this year. That one game could turn around the whole season. If the Bengals would have beat the Ravens last night after being down 14 points, that could have turned around their whole season. It could have. And I agree with that, James. This is a game that we can kind of circle and be like, look, the Cowboys were kind of like this. They were going down slowly on a decline, on a descendo, some might call it if you're a music nerd. Boom, we hit the exit, to the moon, baby. To the moon. Arthur Brown says that sideline looked like an old TV show, Dallas. Wow. Rusty Wrench is in the chat here. Says how many points had the Steelers scored per game? It was around 20. Steelers were not a high scoring offense by any stretch of the imagination, but at the same time, The Steelers did get hot in the second half. They did score 14 points in the second half, right? Both teams started out slow and come back positive in the second half. James says the Cowboys winning was my positive from yesterday. Giving Pittsburgh that L. Let's go. Anthony Brown. What's up, Anthony Brown? Hope you're enjoying the show today. He says, I wouldn't call it a dominating win, but a win is a win. We dominated the statistics for sure. Yeah. The stat category was definitely dominated by the Dallas Cowboys. I believe the time of possession was dominated by the Dallas Cowboys as well. But like I said, if they didn't have those 3 turnovers, this 20-17 game could have been 30-10, 30-6, right? It could have been a very dominating more scoreboard wise. Laura says, are the Cowboys better than Kansas City? Is that what you're saying? I'm saying on paper, the Kansas City Chiefs are not the best team in the NFL. On paper, with Rashid Rice out, the Kansas City Chiefs may not even be a top 10 team on paper. But the Kansas City Chiefs find ways to win. The Kansas City Chiefs have the coaching staff. The Kansas City Chiefs have been there and done that. So if we're looking at strictly at paper, yes, the Dallas Cowboys are better than the Kansas City Chiefs. But in real life, the Kansas City Chiefs are better than the Dallas Cowboys. In real life, the Kansas City Chiefs are the best team in the NFL until proven otherwise. That's just the way it is. Anthony Brown says, game should have been a blowout when you really think about it. The fumbles and turnovers really kept Pittsburgh in it. Thank you. Somebody with some logic has entered the chat. Everybody give Anthony Brown a round of applause because this is what I've been saying. You all are just looking at the box score. You all just looking at the looking at the score. 2017 game-winning drive. No. Those three turnovers, 2 interceptions by Dak, I might add, really kept the Pittsburgh Steelers in it. I believe one of those interceptions was in the end zone. Anthony Brown, thank you, man. Thank you. Jim says Buck helmet is a prescription grade. It is. It is. It's that hard from. Laura says, do I need to supply the crowns? As long as they're Crayolas, I don't like none of those IHOP molded wax crap. They break too easy. Give me some Crayolas. But John's right. I would probably eat them. I would probably eat them. James says the Super Bowl is going to be a battle of the birds. Falcons versus Ravens. I don't know. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. What the hell are y'all talking about? What? Arthur Brown says, please break down the numbers. How does Dallas getting Adams? So, Arthur Brown, as you know, the salary cap is a facetious thing, right? When you look at the salary cap, Arthur Brown, we know that the salary cap can be manipulated in many, many, many ways. Whether it is signing a yearly salary into a sign-on bonus, into pushing it down the road, the Dallas Cowboys can make it happen. Right now, the Dallas Cowboys do have $24 million in cap space as of November 5th, right? Right now, Davante Adams has only got about $14 million on his contract. They can bring him in. They can bring Davante Adams in if the Dallas Cowboys really wanted to. Really, all the Las Vegas Raiders wants is a second-round pick and a player to go along with it. Whether it's a 5th, 6th, or 7th round pick or another receiver. When you look at the Dallas Cowboys roster, they do have some pretty good pieces that they could possibly package to bring in a Davante Adams. One of which is Brandon Cooks. Granted, Brandon Cooks is on the 4-week IR as of right now, but that is somebody that you could potentially trade, right? You also have Turpin and Tolbert that you could package as well. I personally would try to keep Tolbert, but Turpin can kind of kick rocks down the road. So the Dallas Cowboys can bring in Davante Adams. Any team in the NFL with a good accountant can bring in Davante Adams. It's all about converting those salary caps into signing bonuses or restructuring deals, kicking the can down the road, doing something, right? there are ways around it. They can definitely bring in Devontae Adams, 100%. 100% they can bring in Devontae Adams. Kaylee Johnson's in the chat. She says, if the Falcons get to the Super Bowl first year without Cousins, or the first year with Cousins, that's embarrassing for Vikings fans. Shots fired, cough, 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 Laura Johnson Hedrick. So Kaylee is pulling out the gats. She is fully loaded with Nerf pistols in both of those hands, saying pew, 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 pew. All you Minnesota Vikings fans are cloud nine right now. You're on cloud nine. You couldn't do shit with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins go to Atlanta Falcons, arguably a much different position. I would say worse situation. New head coach, a bunch of unproven receivers, a tight end, a running back, right? The defense was pretty good. But if the Falcons make the Super Bowl the first year with Kirk Cousins after the Achilles injury, Vikings fans are going to be pissed. Kaylee, I think you're right. Wouldn't it be something? We were praying to the football gods earlier, right? We were playing to the football gods earlier. What if we have an NFC championship matchup versus the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Atlanta Falcons? And then what if the Minnesota Vikings have a 28-3 lead going into the fourth quarter? And then what if Kirk Cousins gets his, I don't know, at this point might be 37th game-winning drive of the season over the Minnesota Vikings, catapulting the Atlanta Falcons to the Super Bowl 35 to, let's say, be what, 30 to 28, 31 to 28. What if that happened? There would be a house divided down there in Oklahoma. Kaylee would be all up in Laura's ass saying, you like that? You like that? If you know, you know. You know. John says he don't want Dallas. It's either New York or New Orleans. Maybe Pittsburgh for Russell. First things first, John, is Devontae Adams does not have a choice. Devontae Adams does not have a choice in this situation. Let's just be honest. He does not have a choice. He does not have a no-trade contract, no trade clause in his contract. If the Las Vegas Raiders want to send him to bloodied New England Patriots, guess what? He's going to New England. Granted, he could not report and basically retire from the NFL, but he doesn't have a say in the matter. You can always have a wish list. Oh, I want to go to the best team in the NFL. I want to go to New York. I want to go to New Orleans. But you know what? What's better for the Las Vegas Raiders? What's better for the Las Vegas Raiders is sending them to an NFC team. Is sending him to a team like the Dallas Cowboys. Is sending him to a team like the New Orleans Saints. Getting him out of the AFC. To say Devontae doesn't want to go to Dallas. Jesus. All right, guys. All right. I know. It's Monday, guys. I've been talking shit about the Dallas Cowboys. I've just been getting y'all's goat, getting it up, getting it going. But it is Monday, and here on Monday, we do a little segment called Way or No Way. It's way if you agree. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, Buck. And if it's no way, like, Buck, you are out there, you are wrong, and this is why. So, guys, way or no way, coming up right here on Man Hour NFL Talk. We're live every Monday through Friday, 2:30 East Coast time. And, of course, Saturday nights at 9 p.m. East Coast time, we do our weekly NFL breakdown with Mark D and Hoffy. So, on this first way or no way of the day, we got to talk about the Baltimore Ravens. We have to talk about the best team in the NFL. Those are my words from a couple weeks ago. But a week has happened in the NFL since then. And since then, the Baltimore Ravens have played a game. The Baltimore Ravens did outlast the Cincinnati Bengals in overtime, but yet again, they gave up another 10-plus point lead in a NFL game. So, guys, way or no way, The Baltimore Ravens are a team that you cannot trust. The Baltimore Ravens guys have started out the season 0-2. They started out the season 0-2. They lost to the Kansas City Chiefs by a toe, and they pretty much gave it away versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's just be flat and honest. But since then, they have won 3 straight games in a row. Week 2, they gave up 2 10-point leads. Week 3, they allowed the Dallas Cowboys to score 19 points in the fourth quarter. Yes, they did flex on the Buffalo Bills. They finally played a complete game, causing me to tell them that they are the best team in the NFL. But yesterday, they held a 14-0 lead early in the second quarter over the Cincinnati Bengals. And then the Bengals scored 24 unanswered points. They did come back in the fourth quarter. It did become a shootout. Lamar Jackson did play great, 348 yards passing, 55 yards on the ground, also threw for 4 tutties. But can they be trusted? Way or no way, guys, can you trust this Baltimore Ravens team moving forward? And I have to say, no way. This is a team that you cannot trust. I will never buy stock into them. I will never pick them to win the division again. I will never pick them to win the AFC. I will never pick them to win the Super Bowl. I am never going to trust the Baltimore Ravens moving forward. You can use whatever verbiage that you want. Whether they lack the killer instinct, whether they can't put the nail in the coffin, it doesn't matter. Use a verbiage that you want. The point of the matter is they cannot hold leads. They lack the killer instinct. You gave up a lead versus the Kansas City Chiefs. You gave up 2, not 1, but 2 10-point leads to the Las Vegas Raiders in the fourth quarter. You let the Dallas Cowboys score 19 unanswered points on you in the fourth quarter, and then you let the Cincinnati Bengals come back after a 14-0 lead early in the second quarter. Guys, the Baltimore Ravens lack the killer mindset. They can never put the nail in the coffin, and that might make them unstoppable. The fact that they cannot put the nail in the coffin and consistently play a complete game, this is why you cannot trust them moving forward. This is why you cannot put stock into them. This is why every time you see the Baltimore Ravens dominating a game, wait till the fourth quarter and the other team is going to be back in there. They cannot put it away. It's simple as that. Hell, even after the proven fact that Derrick Henry can still run over any NFL team out there, he had like 37 yards versus the Bengals. Yes, in overtime, I know he broke like a 60-yard run to really pad those stats and make it look like he had a great game. He had 37 yards going that final touch in overtime. 37 yards. You are not using Derrick Henry, the weapon that you brought in that Lamar Jackson needed. You are not really exploiting the passing game the way you should with Derrick Henry, right? Run, and exploit the passing. Guys, the Ravens can't be trusted. So, guys, way or no way can you trust the Ravens moving forward? John People says no. No way. They are too inconsistent. Too far up and too far down. Guys, the Ravens might be the biggest head-scratching team in the NFL, right? When they played the Buffalo Bills 2 weeks ago, I sat here and I said they are the best team in the NFL. I got kind of a lot, and I still wasn't buying any stock into them whatsoever. The Baltimore Ravens, top quarterback in the NFL. Regular season, Lamar Jackson is a man. Best running back in the NFL. Had a top defense. Where has that gone? Where has all the defense gone in the AFC North, to be honest? Where has that gone? But the simple fact of the matter, guys, John, you're right. They are too inconsistent. They have the highest of the highest ceilings, but damn it, they have the lowest of the lowest floors. It would not shock me if the Baltimore Ravens won every game for the rest of the season. Also wouldn't shock me if they lost every game for the rest of the season. They are too inconsistent. Laura says no way, they can't be trusted. No way. And James says slow it down, baby. He says, wait, they can be trusted. It was a division game. They always play hard in the North. James says, let's not overlook the fact that this was a divisional game. And James, you are right. You are right. I wasn't overlooking that, but I wasn't putting that into my thought process either. My thought process versus the Bengals was that they had a 14-0 lead going into mid-second quarter. My thought process was then the Bengals scored 24 unanswered points in the second and the third quarter. My thought process was without terrible play calling by Zach Taylor in overtime, we are looking at the Baltimore Ravens giving up yet another 10-point lead loss. I understand it was a division game. I understand that Lamar Jackson was, I believe, 7-1 versus the Bengals as a starter. Now it's 8-1. I get it. I see it. And I concur with you, but I cannot buy into it. So guys, way or no way can the Ravens be trusted? That is the question. That is the question. James Jack's in the chat as well. No, they ain't poor performance. They need to fix the old line on offense. The offensive line does have a few holes in it. The real issue in Baltimore right now, as weird as this sound, is the defense. You let Joe Burrow throw for a career-high 5 tutties on you. You cannot put the nail in the coffin. And it may not be the offensive line. It may not be the defense. It's probably coaching. WB Ant, regular in here usually. And I told him I would be dogging his Baltimore Ravens today, and bada bing, bada boom, guess what? Amber alert for him. Where's he at? The point is, the Ravens can't be trusted. Whether it's the defense, whether it's Lamar in January, shits the bed, whether it's coaching. The Ravens cannot be trusted, James. Man, we have a lot of Jameses in here. What were all of our mamas doing back in the 80s to make all these Jameses? Kaylee says, Bengals shouldn't have even been close scoring with them. And I'm a Bengals fan. And the Ravens should have blown us out. So they can't be trusted. Can't be trusted, says Kaylee. Kaylee, you are correct. Right now, the Bengals suck. But damn. And Matt Henry says, no way. But what team be trusted in the NFL? Man, Matt, you are spot on. The NFL this year, we're almost done with week 5. This is a weird NFL season. Let's just be honest. This is a weird NFL season. The script writers are on point this year. Keep us guessing, baby. Paul Aarons in the chat says Cowboys are not back, but a great W with so many starters out. That means they're back, Paul. That means they're back. You are getting a dub with missing 5 defensive starters? Hell yeah. And an offensive receiver? Give me some. But next up here on the beautiful Way or No Way here, Monday edition. Man Hour is live every 2:30 East Coast time right here on Facebook.com and, of course, YouTube.com. The Cincinnati Bengals, guys, they did come back from a 14-point beatdown of the Ravens to make it a competitive game, but ultimately lost in overtime. The Bengals now dropped to the season 1-4 with the most recent loss to the Ravens. They battled back versus the Ravens. They scored 24 unanswered points, sent the game into overtime, but with the lack of firepower in overtime, they lost the game. With that being said, guys, way or no way should the Cincinnati Bengals tank the rest of the season and have a fire sale? When I posted the score from the Baltimore Ravens game versus the Cincinnati Bengals game, many Bengals fans were very, very upset. They were upset. And rightfully so. Battled back, had a game of a lifetime, and they still dropped the game. Joe Burrow, during his press conference, said, and I quote, "We are not a championship team." And we're not even close. Guys, Joe Burrow threw for a career-high 5 touchdowns in the loss versus the Baltimore Ravens. Now, back to my game post. In the comments, you guys go over to facebook.com/manhour, scroll down and look for the image of the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cincinnati Bengals with the score. Many people are wanting to see Zach Taylor fired. They are wanting to see Zach Taylor fired. By the lack of play calling in the overtime, pretty much cost him the game. Let's just be honest. So, guys, way or no way should the Cincinnati Bengals have a fire sale? And I have to say, wait. I have to agree with the majority of the people out there. There needs to be a fire sale. There needs to be a shakeup. This team, meaning the Cincinnati Bengals, are a sinking ship since the Super Bowl. Since that Super Bowl, what have they done? I don't know if it's the coach, Zach Taylor. I don't know if it's the players. I don't know if it's the organization, but they need a shakeup. They need a shakeup. They need a rebuild. They need a retooling, restructuring, something, right? Let's start with the organization. The Bengals dangled that carrot in front of Jamar Chase, saying, hey, we want to pay you. Jamar Chase gave him his price, and they're like, never mind. Of course that's going to piss off Jamar Chase. And when you piss off your brother, the rest of the brothers are going to be upset for him. Joe Burrow's mad for him, right? The offensive line is mad for him. T. Higgins is mad for him. Of course they're going to be upset. So organizational restructure is probably in order. If you don't want to do that, get Jamar Chase out of town. Trade him. He's still valuable. You can get maybe 1, if not 2 first-round picks for Jamar Chase right now. He is one of the best, if not the best receivers in the NFL. If you don't want to pay him, get him out of town. Shake it up. Maybe even fire Zach Taylor. Like I said, since the Super Bowl, they really haven't done shit. Granted, Joe Burrow's been hurt, a lot of injuries, yada, 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 but Zach Taylor's got to make moves. Shake it up. Shake it up. And if you don't want to move on from Zach Taylor, if you don't want to move on from your general manager, if you don't want to trade Jamar Chase, how about this? Trade Joe Burrow. Honestly, the man can't stay healthy. When he is healthy, he is dominant pre-Super Bowl. But since then, he had a 5 touchdown game, but Joe Burrow isn't Joe Burrow that we saw just a couple years ago. Way or no way do the Bengals need to have a fire sale, guys? This is a way. This is 100% way. Make some moves. Laura says, so many head scratchers this season all across the board. Exactly right. Exactly right. And Laura also says, wait. This is a way. Make some moves, Cincinnati. It's time for a change. And Kaylee, being a Bengals fan that she is, she agrees. She agrees. And then she adds on, Zach Taylor needs to go to pay. Zach Taylor needs to go. The change is Zach Taylor. Get him out of town. The poor play calling has been terrible. Terrible. And then he says he's good, but he's not worth the money he wants. Meaning who? Joe Burrow or Jamar Chase? Because I think Jamar Chase is worth all the money that he wants. Jamar Chase should be the highest paid receiver in the NFL. I would love him on the Kansas City Chiefs. I would love him on the Dallas Cowboys. Hell, I bet you, if you put Jamar Chase on a team like the Indianapolis Colts, they are now Super Bowl contenders. You put Jamar Chase on a team like the Jacksonville Jaguars, they are now a Super Bowl contender. Kaylee, I've been agreeing with you all day long, and you got some good points. But to say that Jamar Chase is good but not worth the money? Come on now. Come on, slow it down. Slow it down. Matt Henry says Chase is elite, but the defense is garbage. Matt, I just said that like a little bit ago. We were talking about the AFC North as being a defensive heavy division, one of the best divisions in the NFL. And we see a 38-35 score between two AFC North teams. We see the Pittsburgh Steelers give up damn near 500 yards to the Dallas Cowboys. We see the Browns let the Washington Commanders score, 35 points on them? The whole defense in the North in a whole is garbage right now, Mark. Sorry, Matt. The whole defense of the North right now is garbage. Let's just be honest. But guys, that is going to be it for today. Taking the kids and the wifey to the pumpkin patch. I was actually supposed to be done about 10 minutes ago. She's over there tapping her foot, says, let's go, let's go, let's go. I got to put on my Halloween shirt. Got to find some shorts. Bada bing, bada boom. We'll be back tomorrow, guys, 2:30 East Coast time. We'll be talking about the Minnesota Vikings. We will be talking about the Denver Broncos. And, of course, we'll be talking about the Las Vegas Raiders. And pending how the game goes, we'll be talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. All that much more tomorrow, guys, right here on Man Hour NFL Talk. We'll see you next time. I'm out.